Alrighty then. What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Damn, that's a terrible start. Happy Monday. It's Monday, June 9th, and we are here online in our little tiny corner of the internet for our Monday night online open mic. What's up, everyone? So your first time here, this is like any other open mic. If you want to perform, all you have to do is sign up. The link to sign up is in the description of this YouTube video. So if you're already there, check it out. Obviously, as long as this is live, yeah, good morning. What's up, Andres? Um, what else? We cater to music and writing and poetry and covers and all that stuff, originals. So the link will kind of go over everything, right? So what to say? We are based out of El Paso, Texas, EP. All right. And because this is online, we're gonna have people join us from all over the world, from all over the country. And what's up, Lex? Lex in the house. We got Sandy in the house. Hello. Yeah, so that's the other thing. If you guys are watching, let us know you're here. That way so we can give you shout outs. It's nice to know that people are hanging out with us on this Monday night mic. For everyone who's coming back, again, welcome. If you do live in the El Paso area, you do have an opportunity, as always, to catch live in-person events. So this week, just a little map of what's going on this week, maybe in the next coming couple of weeks. Tomorrow, Tuesday, the 10th, we will be at Mono Bar of Modern Art. That is our open mic that is open to music, poetry, comedy, improvisation, theater, drama, dance, whatever. If you have a skill, it's kind of like a talent show. If you got any kind of skill you want to sign up and share, do it, you know? That's fine. We've had someone sign up and play spoons before. That's right. We had a spoon symphony up on stage. We've had magicians, we've had illusionists, we've had sword swallowers, we've had flame dancers. We probably can't do that one indoors, right? But it's happened, right? We've had mind readers. Wednesday, we have the return of our story night, Storycraft at Crown of Crows, downtown El Paso. 2 weeks ago, we were supposed to have one. Unfortunately, we had to cancel a little last minute, and I'm kind of sad about that because it seems like a lot of people were planning on going, had people calling me. So that's Wednesday. And then next week, we have our open mic on Tuesday at Rosewood, our music and poetry open mic called Verse and Harmony. I believe we have a guest coming in from out of town for that one. So I'll probably try and get more info on that so I can promote them. Wednesday, we have another iteration of our Writers' Night and Proof and Press. We will be having Nemesis lead the generative prompt this time around. And then after that, we'll continue to have like a workshop portion followed by a writing open mic. And Thursday, the 19th, we will have our open mic on the east side at Rally Point Coffee on the east side. All right, cool. So I think that's kind of it for announcements. And truly, really, the thing is, we do have a calendar available on our website, BWOMS.com, BWOMS.com, or if you just type in barbed wire open mic, and there you can find a calendar. There's even a link to a Google Calendar that you can actually subscribe to and have access to that every time on your phone. The other thing is, as always, I'm putting out a call for help, call for volunteers. If anyone wants to learn a little bit more about running the mic, the audio side of things, the hosting side of things, if people want to bring their cameras out to take photos or even take video to highlight, if you want to practice those skills, then I say the open mic's a really great place to practice because you also have all sorts of dynamic performers, unique subjects. So, anyway, with that said, where are we? I'm looking at comments. There's comments that I need to read. Okay. And also Mike's not here. I don't know how to start without Mike. What are we doing? There's no mic check. Okay. Okay, so opening up the list. So there's still room to perform. If you guys want to sign up, link is in the description. Otherwise, hang out with us in the live chat. If you hear something you really like, let us know. We love the commentary. I'll usually try and comment back if I see something worth responding back to. Again, I'll give you guys shout outs throughout the night. But we're gonna go ahead and kick things off in El Paso. Like a lot of our performers today will be joining us from El Paso. And of course, as always, huge a proponent of the El Paso Poetry Workshop, but of course you can also catch him at our East Side open mic pretty frequently. We have Ed Gonzalez to kick off the mic. Ed, so when you're ready, I'm gonna go and switch you over. Happy Tuesday. It's always great having you. When you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Happy Monday. Thank you very much, Richie and Kit, for allowing me to open. I'm not worthy, of course, of Mike Sindler, but I'm going to do the best I can. I got four short pieces and one quick cover. Um, Reading through here. Happy Monday. Monday to the Monday regulars, to Richie, Kit, and the people on YouTube. And right now, I'm pretty spent. I'm holding good thoughts for all the people fighting the good fight, wherever you are. Not just my relatives in LA, unbloodied. So I'm happy about that. My first piece is actually something from last Saturday. Double thanks to Kelly and to Kit for Tumble Words. And I don't mean to be bullying, but if you haven't been, you got to go because I got four pieces from there, and Tumblewords is just awesomeness. Okay, like I said, I got one new one and another addition to the Luna chapter, which is a chapter of hopefully when I get my book out about dreams, and one cover. This is my Tumblewords entitled Ordinances, and maybe I quit at a very young age. Not to worry about not to worry about what people thought of me. It's sort of a bonus for being the least favorite of my siblings, and words didn't need to be said we know at a very young age. And anybody who attempt to use mind games or relationship politics on me, I would leave or figure the best way to burn my bridge. At least until I was 25, I met someone who would stop me and say, "Well, that was wrong of me. Let's talk about this." And we did. It's been 30 plus years now, and I can see the repercussions through my adult children not taking any shit from anybody. And gaslighting being a bad word and not to be uttered or used. Love is all. That was my tumble words. And I got a couple of short pieces. This is a short piece too that I just wrote. And hopefully Robin can appreciate this one. This one's entitled Flutter Flux. Weeding at 8:30 in the morning. I took a break and set to turn after my break, I set to turn my compost pile. Some good microbial action almost put a smile on my face. I put the shovels up for a later hose down, and out of the corner of my eye there was some fluttering above the tree. A quick breath, a calming breath, and I moved with my best ninja sidestep to get inside my house and watch from the window. Two hummingbirds. And meh, they turned in turned into two little opera jumps, but not enough to startle the first hummingbirds of the season. Gasped. Both landing on a twig above my feeder. As I hold back my smile as not to jar them, just then a red-breasted warbler chased them away. And I am surprised all of El Paso del Norte didn't hear me yell, "Damn!" because it was loud. Stupid warbler. Okay. Sorry, warbler fans. I like hummingbirds. They're just the best. Okay. And this one is entitled Moon Dreams. And like I said, I'm hopefully going to be putting this in my book under the Luna chapter. Woke from a dream, a fun one for a change. It must have been the moon or the blueberry smoothies. But I spent the rest of the night uh, when I woke in my slumber, keeping Keanu Reeves from cheating at Nintendo 64 in basketball. He kept cheating. Now awake, a steamy cup of espresso, and my phone wanted to chime in as my phone's don't appear in my dreams. The alert showed me a steady decline in phone use. It must be my therapist's prescription of 20 minutes of contemplation, 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Maybe it was too much serenity, but it's in my nature to disrupt. So I poked at my message and found out my LA homies were organizing a protest on Sunday and plans throughout the city of the week. I hope they remain safe because I know they won't quit. Okay. And that was my other one. I have my cover is from this book here. I just received it from my homegirl Sarah Joy Thompson. She's amazing. And I mean homegirl, like she's from someplace I lived for about 15 years in the hill country of near San Antonio. It's entitled About Waking Up. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I feel like I'm weighed down by the paralysis of a broken-hearted daydream, wherein I'm awake and moving mundanely through my day, and I'm reading about children separately from their mothers in the news, robotically unconscious. All I do is donate a small sum of money to various causes safely behind my keyboard. I donate $10 here, $20 there, keeping my hands clean. But I can't do it any longer. I'm too tired of typing, clicking, and staying safe. Next time I wake up, I want to be enabled to help those who can't walk and reach those who can't sing and even hold their mothers before they go to sleep. I'm tired of this daydream. I want to wake up. Sarah Joy Thompson. You know what? I didn't even put on my new hat. I'm sorry. I'm not going to read again, but I wanted to show Richie. Uh, my my grandson stole my other hat, so I went and got this El Paso one. Anyway, okay. Well, that's all I got for today. Much gratitude to BWOMS, and to Kit and everybody, and all the Monday regulars. I'm going to sit back and listen to all your wonderful work. Thank you so much. I have much gratitude, and I'm really excited about next Thursday.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for kicking it off, Ed. Really appreciate that. Oh man, we love having you kick things off. It's a great bar to set. I love the hat, by the way. I believe that's my buddy Nico. He has a print shop as well where he does a lot of El Paso gear. I used to have one like that, but I wore it so often that it broke. The back of it snapped. But I should get another one. I love these too. This is also a local brand. Made here. Okay, so we're gonna stick around actually, and next up we have David Latif. So David, when you are ready, go ahead and take it away. Yo.
Awesome. Thanks. I'm gonna read some poems. Some of these are new, some of these are old. This one, I'm reading for no particular reason because our beloved host has no problem forgetting or remembering anything. This one's called Forgetting Because I Remembered. I have this thing I call forgetting because I remembered. It's when I forget something because I remembered something. I forget my phone because I remembered the groceries. I forgot my headphones because I remembered to put on socks. I forgot a third example because I remembered to write this poem. It's infuriating living with a one-bit computer. This next one is a bit of current events. It's called Fuck Helicopters. Reading this because I saw one of these this morning and it made me very upset. When I was younger, I had an obsession with powered flight, but it was always fixed wing flight. I was never the biggest fan of helicopters. They were far too loud, far too violent, beating the air into submission, bullying the poor molecules into lifting the damn thing aloft. I wasn't wrong about them, I guess. I hear them fly over my apartment on a daily basis to hunt human beings, predating on the poor. They patrol back and forth between the back of our parking lot and the mountain named after a poor migrant deity who claimed that all of us belong. And I hope that those machines so full of hatred and bigotry fail and fall and burst into flames the way they reliably do in Hollywood movies. I don't think I can make that happen. I have no surface to air missiles or even a BB gun, so I flip them off when they thunder overhead and hope that does the job. Um, it's also Pride Month. Um, so I'm gonna read a poem that I've been reading pretty much every event this month. This one's called Reclaiming Redemption. It's from my book, The Chair. If you know, you don't. If you don't, links will be in places. Yeah, it's called Reclaiming Redemption. There's a sinister building downtown. There's a building downtown, a sinister stone structure founded on fear with vast iron doors forged in hellfire and homophobia, open only to those who are seen as sanctified. I avoid it most days, but today is not most days. Today I parade past, surrounded by support, riding a queer ass skateboard, wearing a queer ass cape, being queer as fuck. And I see it surrounded with love. Gates closed, besieged by rainbow banners, and I know that I belong on this side of those gates. And I remember that Jesus said, the gates of hell will not prevail against us. Um, I'm gonna do two more. I think I have time to do two more. This one is from uh sort of similar vein from Kelly's wonderful workshop at Tumblewords this past weekend. It doesn't have a title. If you can think of one, let me know. Um, There's a lot about me that changed in the way I see the world because I had this thing that weighed around my neck like a millstone that pastors wanted to pass on so they wouldn't drown. They called it wisdom, divine revelation, logos, the sword, every single thing they could to make it sound cool. It was a book. And I burned it in the barbecue in the back of my parents' backyard because it was drowning me, trying to find my truth in a book that wasn't written for me. And now I follow joy and happiness through sonar, waiting for pings of serotonin to reach my ears, and I go flying after it. And when I feel lost, I just need to stop and listen. I've tuned my ears to it the way bats do, hearing the sound waves of joy bounce off of things like eyeliner and nail polish, clothes that once were forbidden for me, and I launch myself in their direction. Its last one is called June 4th, 2025. It's Pride, and I'm scared. I'm psyching myself up for battle instead of psyching myself up for a party. And I have to psych myself up for parties. When you've got autism, preparation is key. But I don't know what to prepare for. I don't know what to bring. Sunscreen, first aid, bottles of water, tourniquet, pride flag mounted to a solid wooden dowel, some kind of hardwood. I know the history of pride and the reason we hold this in June. I know that pride is a protest. I know the fight for my rights has often been literal, bloodied bricks, mad marches. I know my town has been the target, the victim of Texan terror, but I don't like fighting. I don't want to. I just want to go to Houston Park to wear the clothes that sit in my closet for the other 364 days of the year, to actually get gendered correctly, and I tell myself that every pride I've been to has been just fine. Nothing went wrong. No one got hurt. But thank you, Richie. Thank you for running these. Thank you for putting all this together, even if sometimes you get distracted working on poetry. I love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Oh man, that was so wild. Yeah, my mind's spread a little bit thin right now. I'm also just thinking about a lot of other things going on. I'm kind of keeping an eye on LA right now, and yeah, yeah, just all right, settle down. Thank you, David, for that. And I love that last butt there. We talked about it last Wednesday when you read it, and you performed it so well, and that's kind of what makes the piece work. Is that pause, that very obvious pregnant pause there at the end. Oh, that's it. That's the end. Yeah. Um, okay. So we have also shout out to Nemesis in the group chat. We got Halebrook as well. Let's see, is there anyone that I said hi to? Sandy's here as always. Always love having you in the chat with us, Sandy. Yo, yo. Okay, so next up on the list, we're gonna stick around in El Paso. That's right. And she's already been talked up already so much. There's only been two readers, but she's been talked up so much. So it's time for Robin Schofield. Some magic. All right, Robin, when you are ready, I'll go ahead and get you on the screen. All right. Hello. Oh,
Uh, yeah.
oh,
There we go.
wait, what's going on? The internet's strange things happening. Sorry, for those of you watching on YouTube, there's a technical thing happening right now, so we'll we'll see. Wi-Fi issues maybe? Well, no, Kit's here. Interesting. Well, for those of you maybe gotten a little late, we'll troubleshoot this really quick and see if we can get. No, there you are. I think the Wi-Fi just being a little slow. All right, go
There,
ahead.
I think I'm, can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it says I have low system resources. That's certainly true. All right. This is called, oh, I don't have a title for it, sorry. It's kind of a political poem. I wrote it in tumble words in Kit Wren's workshop on Philip Larkin, Never Such Innocence Again. And it was interesting because I was in San Miguel and zoomed in. It was fun. I'm sorry, Ben Franklin, that we couldn't keep the republic. Reagan, Mr. Reagan, started the decline. I'm sorry, Dr. Franklin, that the murderous progressive 60s gave me hope when I was a child. But then there were the assassinations. And then the crook, Nixon, a Quaker, restrained by the courts. And then, here we are with a bigger crook, a lowlife grifter, fraudster, running the republic into the ground. He wears makeup, which Nixon refused for the first televised debate. He dyes his fake hair. His jowls sag, his Diet Coke belly big with burgers. He hates what's best in America, a venal racist, a man with zero morals, no respect for the rule of law, a man like Mussolini, the head of a personality cult. All that you feared, Ben Franklin, everything that you feared has come about, and I'm afraid. Okay. Oh yeah, here's another one that is a little bit political. Well, no, it's a lot political, I guess. Where is it? Yeah. It's called At the Table in the USA. The Koch brothers seemed so much like fairy tale dragons hoarding their black gold, discussing filthy lucre around their ornate, overwrought dining room table. But they weren't dragons. They were real, filthy rich Ayn Rand libertarians with no concern for the commonweal. There was a certain Pastor Jones of Florida burning President Obama in effigy, not getting in trouble. He moved on from burning Korans. He called him Hussein Obama as he sat at the head of his dinner table with his wife and children. On the other hand, we didn't call Bush Jr. president until the second term when he was actually elected instead of chosen by the Supreme Court. our Vietnamese exchange student, afraid the police might come any minute for what we said around the dinner table. Florida purges the voter rolls as the elderly sit around their diminished dinner tables. People of color haven't had much say at the table to begin with. A group of college kids sitting around a card table playing poker wonder why their blue city in Texas is divided into 4 safe Republican districts that end hundreds of miles away. The Greeks invented democracy, yes, but also the idea of inherited slavery. Jefferson, no idealist, but one who pursued happiness. His writings never invited Sally Hemings to the dinner table. Now I'm going to read some poems about the weather. And this is called Haiku of Scorching Heat. And it's a series of haiku because I think in Japanese literature, you're always supposed to write a bunch of them and put them in a series, like Basho did in the Deep Road to the True North. Is that what it is? Something like that. The Road to the Deep North. So this is called Haiku of Scorching Heat. Sizzle, bird who hums, light on the feeder that's yours. Yet you are wary. No rain, no mosquitoes, native plants need water. Blue damselfly, sky fallen, try to rise, symbol of impermanence. The universe dark, my teacup empty, water boiling, potential. Hummingbird nest like a sail and mast, sways and dips, doesn't break in the storm. The storms of wind and light. Leucophyllum frutescens blooms as with dried tongue. Dawn temperature at 80, too hot to rise, searing to think of. Okay, we might get a little rain tomorrow in the desert, but we might just get outflow boundary winds and we might get a dust storm. It's hard to tell right now. So we call those haboobs. It's an Arabic word. Means dust storm. Haboob coming. Desert spring wind rattles sand into the sky so that you understand emptiness, how it stings. Even though no water runs in the river, can you believe the heron still finds minnows? Like the mockingbird, do you unleash your song tonight, or do you seek out silence? Do you miss a beloved's teases, or do you abide an absence in the spring? Autumn will come without your doing. The trees will be empty, the nests used. Will you be mute like the stars in the night sky that do not light the earth? Now that mesquite thorns cover up the trail, do you still pretend to walk home? Okay, now I'm going to do my cover poem by Muriel Rukeyser. If you don't know about her, I'll put her name in the chat because it's kind of a funny name. But I wanted to do this one for Pride Month. I've read this poem a couple of times and I've said she's an important 20th century poet. But also, she was known to be bisexual or lesbian in her time, but looking back, we might even call her pansexual. She was married for a brief time and had a son, but not by her husband. Then she had the only long-term relationship she had was with her publicist, a woman. So anyway, I just wanted to say that she was in the acronym somewhere, or not an acronym, initials. She's in those initials somewhere. So this is called poem. I lived in the first century of world wars. I lived in the first century of world wars. Most mornings I would be more or less insane. The newspapers would arrive with their careless stories. The news would pour out of various devices, interrupted by attempts to sell products to the unseen. I would call my friends on other devices. They would be more or less mad for similar reasons. Slowly, I would get to pen and paper, make my poems for others, unseen and unborn. In the day, I would be reminded of those men and women, brave, setting up signals across vast distances, considering a nameless way of living of almost unimagined values. As the lights darkened, as the lights of night brightened, we would try to imagine them, try to find each other, to construct peace, to make love, to reconcile, waking with sleeping, ourselves with each other, ourselves with ourselves. We would try by any means to reach the limits of ourselves, to reach beyond ourselves, to let go the means, to wake. I lived in the first century of these wars. That was written in 1968. That's what it means to write prophetic poetry. Muriel Rukeyser. Thank you. Back to you, Richie.
All right, thank you, Robin. I'm glad we were able to finally make it through. I was trying to highlight you and you had disappeared, so that was interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and as I mentioned at the top of the show, we're gonna be traveling all around, and it's really easy because it's Zoom, right? We're connecting through a Zoom meeting, live streaming it to you guys, and as always, any information you may have about is related in the description of this very video. Links so you can find our social media, our calendar, signing up, all that good stuff, including if you are a student and here for extra credit or for the Down Passport program. But right now, we're going to go and travel to South Euclid, Ohio, where we have. Wait, hold on. I messed up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I totally changed up the list. Hold on. We got Julian Matthews and then Doc. Okay, so Julian Matthews in Malaysia. Let's see. Are you here, first of all? If you can hear me.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, Julian, let me get you the share screen. That's because Doc is here now, but was a little late, so we're switching you guys. That's what had happened. But yes, we have Julian Matthews up next, joining us from Malaysia. And when you're ready, go ahead and take it away. And next is Doc, okay?
Okay. Um, Limerick started off as a limerick, but ended up something else. Limerick, it's the big beautiful fallout of Elon and Don, two billionaire cons who once got giddily along. Can't be too glib when the first rat leaves the ship. Even Titanic caps never knew their vessels would flip. But this train wreck was easy to predict. Yawn. I'd rather watch a throwdown on the White House lawn. Um, Next one is called Pinocchio. All right, floating reading controls view slideshow. Okay. Pinocchio. You pulled on my strings but can't hold me down. I'm a puppet for no one. My woody insides are ingrained tree values now. Silent, stoic, self-worthy. My inner woodpecker still drills me from the insides, but I've learned to hold back, make peace with the dryad. I no longer cut my nose to spit in my face or yours. My restraint is a cricket chirping in the dark, my conscience clear as light. I was always a real man within the boy, not a toy, a prop, a plaything, nor your doll, stooge, or clown. I'm no one's pining dummy now, while you're still just another inauthentic, algo-loving mime with a termite-ridden heart. Let me out of this box. I'm off to see the cat and the fox. This is Jonah and the whale. Jonah, it was like being in a sacred cow's belly, dark, wet, and squishy, the errors of my judgment all caught up with me, a blubbering idiot, refusing to play prophet, resigned to my fate as whale bait, the whale. I have no taste for human communion. Of what nutritious value have you compared to krill? I'd rather suck on a dill. 3 days of you in me is all I can take. Then I'm spitting you out and sending God the scaling bill. Lazarus. After the awakening, he tried to adjust. He shunned the fame, the notoriety. When asked for blessings from kin and strangers, he was at odds. Did not regard himself saintly nor any holier than before. Nights were the hardest. Enveloping and slithery, he hated the smell of linen. Blankets were confining. He slept naked, unwrapped, a dull pearl crawling back into its shell. Away from the baying and clamor, he knew of no heaven nor hell, despite the interrogation, only remembering the before and the after, emerging into the light, seeing the relieved faces of friend and mentor, sisters and brothers, feeling the overwhelming hunger to be alive and stay alive again. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Julian. Appreciate that. Okay, I wasn't sure if. Yeah, awesome, awesome. Again, that's Julian Matthews, everyone. And now, okay, we get to go to South Dakota, Ohio. We have Poet Laureate Doc Jennings in the house. You made it. We were worried you hadn't shown up at the beginning of the show, so now you are here. When you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
I had to stay after our city council meeting. A brand new councilman wanted to talk to me about poetry and mine in particular. So this first piece is titled Topology of Love. Unchanging shape, tried and tested by fires of distance and space and time, transformed yet unbroken, a meditation of inscape, hopes and dreams dimmed, unforgotten, awakening and reawakening across lifetimes, an evocation of yearning and resilience, a love which lives then, now, and forever, eternal, unyielding. This is titled The Fragrance of Life. Traversing pathways of time, we are immersed in the fragrance of life. We luxuriate in its sensuous and sensual flavors. It sings to us in wordless songs of intimacy and longing. We see all the myriad shapes and colors of ecstasy, and we find nirvana. And my last piece is relevant to what's happening these days. Its title is I Sing Kaddish for America. I sing Kaddish for America, not just for we who are Jews, but those of all faiths, all belief systems, who have dared dream the dream in this troubled land, a dream of love and inclusion for all, of fact over opinion and alt-fact, of science over denials, of equality, not privilege, of love and compassion over fear, of no more bias, bigotry, and misogyny, of calm discussion over empty rhetoric, a dream of liberty and justice for all, of representatives who actually represent the people who elect them, of no more gerrymandering, of no more bureaucrats unqualified for their positions, of no more freely available weapons of war on our streets, of no one going hungry, of everyone having adequate housing and medical care, of everyone having bodily autonomy, of everyone being well educated and capable of critical thinking. I sing Kaddish for America, land of lost dreams, our 50 stars gone dim, our sweet land of liberty gone sour. I sing Kaddish for America. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Doc. Appreciate that. And if people want to follow you, Facebook, right?
Correct.
Cool. Doc Janning on Facebook. Appreciate it. And I hope to see you next week. All right. Cool. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming through. Yes. All right. Looking at the list, next up we have, oh, yes, we've got one of our favorites, MB Lee. We got fans in the chat, so get ready. We got Lee Martinez Soto up next, and I was able to give away a copy of Lee's book, Para los Locos, on Friday. It's cool to do that, I think. Give the gift of literature. So when you're ready, Lee, go ahead and take it away. Hey.
Hi. There we go. Hi. So I have three today, an old one with a new translation, and a new one. So I'm going to start with this old one, and all of this is in light of everything that's going on in the United States right now. If you're not informed, please become informed about the current stuff happening to our immigrant family members. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and I know it's a lot of things to shift your focus to, but try and put some effort into it. So this first one is called Tonantzin. Madre, han intentado borrar tu nombre de nuestra lengua, cambiarlo por aquel de sus seres celestiales que han utilizado el justificar tanta sangre derramada, sangre de tus hijos, sangre de tu pueblo, sangre de tu tierra sobre tu tierra fértil. Madre, han erguido sus propios templos sobre el Tepeyac, piso mismo donde sepultaron nuestros cuerpos y pretendieron enterrar con ellos nuestros nombres, historias, esta lengua. Madre, los bárbaros han tratado de arrebatarnos nuestros frutos, han limpiado nuestra sangre de la tierra, renombrado nuestro origen bajo castas, pureza de sangre, colorismo, discriminación, pobreza, marginalización, genocidio. Madre, ha cambiado tanto el mundo, pero nos han llenado de esperanza estos hijos tuyos, sin importar distancia o tiempo, lengua o credo. Han encontrado las raíces de este árbol tuyo, alimentando corazones, revoloteados cual huitzili. Madre, quisieron enterrarnos, pero no sabían que éramos semillas. Mother, they have tried to erase your name from our tongue, tried to change it for that of the celestial beings they have used to justify the bloodshed, blood of your children, blood of your people, blood of your land over your fertile soil. Mother, they have erected their own temples over Tepeyac, over the same soil under which they have buried our bodies and intended to bury with them our names, stories, this tongue. Mother, the barbarians have tried to take our fruits away from us. They have cleansed our blood from the earth, rename our origins under castes, blood purification, colorism, discrimination, poverty, marginalization, genocide. Mother, The world has changed so much, but these children of yours have filled our hearts with hope. Neither distance or time, language or creed mattered, for they have found the roots of this your tree, nourishing hearts fluttering like Huitzili. Mother, they wanted to bury us, but they did not know that we were seeds. Then this other one, I have first the English version and then the new translation that I have. It's called Still We Thrive. Lives were lost here in this land, changing hands from prying ones to ravaging claws, ripped away, damaged, and demolished by those that hope to turn the desert into wasteland, this vital bridge into a gilded ghost town. Life became a precious gift or heavy burden, depending on which side your roots took hold. Perspective shaped by lines drawn in sand, marked by prejudiced tyrants and exploitative plunderers. But we did not relent. Still, we thrived across fences or deep water, through vicious moss and cutting barbed wire, under scorching sun or freezing barrens, despite encasing walls and rampant hatred, we still thrive. Se han perdido vidas en esta tierra con muchos dueños, desde los vándalos hasta los devastadores, tierra que ha sido arrancada, dañada y demolida, por aquellos que quisieron hacer del desierto un baldío, de este puente vital un pueblo fantasma confinado. Se convirtió la vida en un obsequio precioso o pesada carga, dependiendo de en qué lado se arraigaran las raíces. Perspectiva moldeada por líneas dibujadas en la arena, marcada por tiranos prejuiciosos e invasores rapiños, pero no cedimos. Seguimos prosperando a través de rejas o aguas profundas, sobreviviendo fauces despiadadas y cortando alambres de púas bajo un sol abrasador o páramos gélidos. A pesar de los muros que nos encierran y el odio desenfrenado, seguimos avanzando. And this last one, I read it on this past, what was it? Oh my gosh, I forgot. For Rishi's birthday on Friday, sorry. And this was finished after having attended the writer's workshop on Tuesday. So if you're interested in kind of like workshopping a piece that you're like trying to work on, that's a really good place to do. This is called Quebrado. English so good, can't even tell the nopal stuck in my tongue. Ya ni pican las espinas and blood won't trickle down. English so good, it's not quebradito o limitado, sin flow o mal pronunciado y sin el bendito acento que mi padre me enseñó. Truth is, when I speak, me quiebro la cabeza, se me cruzan los cables y las letras. I learned it this way porque no había otra manera. Si quería seguir adelante, here, there, or donde fuera. I put on a mask and embody who you want so that I don't seem incompetent, unintelligent, threatening, unworthy of existing de tu lado del río. Words you have used to describe mi lengua, mi tierra y mi gente. Sí, inglés quebrado y español golpeado, ambos marcados por las líneas invisibles, el bordo y sus rejas. But when I speak in English, Spanish, Spanglish, mis lenguas madres, yo quiebro fronteras. And that will be it. I just want to take the time also to remind anybody who is in El Paso or nearby areas that on this Wednesday, there is a community call to action for Ice Watch outside of the migrant court, which is located in Richard C. White building in San Antonio Street downtown. This is just to bear witness and to try and assist our siblings who currently are undergoing a lot of shit by this administration.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lee. And we will actually repost that call to action. It's gonna be all day Wednesday, so come through when you can. All right. We are gonna go ahead and then move to Tucson, Arizona, where our next performer is gonna share some music. We have Sue Schnitzer back in the house. Sue, when you are
Hey.
ready, time to do what you do. All right.
I love coming to this open mic. It's hard for me to
Oh.
get here, but
I have no. Wait, why they spotlight kid? I'm so sorry. There we go. Nope.
okay. Am I here?
Hold on. Why are we having trouble spotlighting you? There we are. Thank you.
There I am. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Father's Day is coming up, and my dad is 98, and I wrote a song about him a few years ago, and I don't know. I wrote two for my mom, so I figured I needed to write another one for him. This is brand new, as in I'm still editing. So very new shit. It's called Different Time. He was born a couple of years before the start of the Great Depression. Too young at first to understand what was happening until he heard someone say the landlord jumped out the window. Graduated high school at 16, went into the Navy. Yeah, he lied about his age. War ended before he went to sea, and City College was free. So he went and he got his degree. He was a man of few words, and you knew that he meant everyone. Tough on his kids, he was tough on himself. He had a hard time showing love. He grew up in a different time. He was a loyal company man. Understood numbers and logic better than feelings and emotion. And he did what he needed to do when he was asked. He drank Coca-Cola without ice, and he ate his hamburger plain. A no-frills kind of guy. I don't know if he had any regrets, except he never got to go to the Panama Canal. He was a man of few words, and you knew that he meant everyone. Tough on his kids, and he was tough on himself. He had a hard time showing love. Nurturing wasn't his style, not something he knew much about. But he learned how to do it over time because his grandkids taught him well. Yeah, his iron hand and heart melted. He was a man of few words, and we knew that he meant everyone. Tough on his kids and tough on himself. He had a hard time showing love. Yeah, he had a hard time showing love. All right, that's my song for my dad. That's close. There's still a couple of places that I'm not sure. Oh, it says my settings say I might have switched to a different language. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna do a song. The reason I'm playing this ukulele that sounds higher than my other one is that I wanted to do a song by John McCutcheon. So this is a cover. It's a very short song. It's called Everything. I posted a video of this song on YouTube. Somebody told me that it was mocking Jesus or God or something. I don't know. That's their problem. Okay, it's called Everything. It fits in with Gay Pride Month. I know, I shouldn't give away everything. Let's see. Trying to remember how it goes. bunch of the guys were beating their gums at the corner bar one day. The jokes were getting rougher and the targets all were gay. One of the fellas had a bracelet that said WWJD, and I wondered what would Jesus do, so I thought I'd go and see. I reckoned it was libel to be there in the Bible through Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Here's what I came upon. Here's a little song with everything Jesus ever said about homosexuality. Here's a little song about everything Jesus ever said about being gay. He said, and he said, and don't forget. And of course he said, yeah, he said, then he said, and don't forget. And of course he said, that's a little song for Pride Month, everything. If I have time, I'm going to quickly do a Holly Near song. Do I have time? Okay. Whew. Anyway, I just wish I could write songs as clever as... Thank you, David. And I know it's entirely correct. And the person who... Anyway, I'm not going to get into my Facebook conversations. I'm going to play a Holly Near song because how can you have Pride Month and not play a Holly Near song? And this song also fits in with the current state of our union, or whatever you want to call it at this point. And I am willing for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. There is hurting in my family, and there is sorrow in my town. There is panic all across the nation, and there is wailing the whole world round. But I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. May the children see more clearly, and may the elders be more wise. May the winds of change caress us, even though they burn our eyes. But I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. Give me a mighty oak to hold my confusion. desert to hold my fears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder. Give me an ocean to hold my tears. For I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. So lift me up to the light of change. All right. Thanks, you guys. Always fun to play and to hear everybody's reading.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sue. Let me go ahead and get back here in the spotlight. Perfect. Sue is on Substack as well as YouTube, so I will forward those links. You guys can follow if you've not had a chance to do so already. We're gonna go from Arizona to Louisiana, where we have Not Nito up next. He's gonna share some music as well. So when you are ready, oh, you're ready to go. I love it. Love the lighting. When you're ready, take it away. Hey.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nito. I don't like to be on camera because I don't, but I'm here. Shout out BWOMS, shout out Richie. I love what y'all do. I love everyone that comes here and shares their art. My first piece is called Manifest. Hopefully it'll pick up correctly. All right, let's start it off. Let me know if it interferes or anything. My internet might mess up. Yes, Lord, I'm blessed. Deep breath. Manifest. Success. Dress to impress. Obsessed. Decompress. Baby step. Never me quit. God's gift. IVF. Oh, yes. Never me quit. Turn up. All the way up. It's stuck. I run up a check. How about that? Call back. I don't want to talk. 100%. 100%. 100%. Never be quit. Couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. Swear to God. Walk through the fire if I have to. Let it burn. The fuck I'ma listen to you thought you just trying to crush my dreams like a crouton. They're sleeping like crouton. You're stupid if you think you're trying to prove you wrong. Catch the melody to say yeah with brute force. Bring it a vibe, hope it a vibe. What you looking for? Keep it looking for. Promise nothing more. Blessed in the mind. Push stress behind. Crooked that encrusted in diamonds. On a quest like tribe. Vibrant. Bring peace and love across the land. Me and you all the same. Nothing less than a man. Listen up. Hear me knocking. Keep on watching. Never giving up. Yeah, I'm scared. Obvious. Oh, yes. Never me quit. Turn up. All the way up. It's stuck. Run up a check. How about that? Call back. I don't want to talk. 100%. 100%. 100%. Never me quit. Invested so much in my soul. I love it too much to let go. Everyone telling me no, but I know that I'm ready to go. Evolution, I switch up the flow. Exotic, born abroad. Feel I deserve an applaud. I'm a healer, believe in the Lord. Never me quit. God's gift. Happiness. Oh yeah. Never me quit. Sign up. All the way up. It starts. Never me quit. All right, we ran that one real quick. I messed up a few times. But that's what I'm here for, to get this practice in. Let me go to the next one. It's called Personal Thing, which is very I love this song. Before I start, I wrote this song when I was dealing with a lot of health complications and in and out of the hospital. Even though it has nothing to do with that, it just it falls along that timeline of my life. And this song is very I love this song. It's one of my favorite songs. Let's go ahead and run it. Ooh. Every day they look at me strange, help me escape. Can't take nothing to the grave. Just at the look on my face, I can never be replaced. Exit the world full of hate. This is free from the fakers. Exactly what I was made for. I'm everything someone prayed for. Hate, tell by the look on your face. They steadily wasting away. Change, increase the gain. Taking our losses, a part of the game. Pistol on lap for my safety. Got my heart racing. Adversity. This comes from the pain. Music just runs in my veins. Don't like me, that sounds like a personal thing. Look in the mirror, fall in love with yourself. Looking out more for others, but not for yourself. Staying away from everything that's bad for your health. And never ashamed to reach out for some help. Gotta cross when you walk, battle before you talk. Open up your heart, smart, live like there is no tomorrow. And does in the gossip. Hang out with bosses. I know it. Anymore. I'll come along, find out who I was when I spent time alone. My love is strong, strength, heart of a lion, bottom line. Understand when I'm wrong, orchestrate through the pain. My life is a song, my life is a song. Hey, tell by the look on your face, they steadily wasting away. Change, increase the gain, taking our losses, a part of the game. Pistol on lap for my safety, also our safety. Got my heart racing, adversity comes from the pain. Music just runs in my veins, don't like me, just sounds like a personal thing. Dream it, believe it. Defeat it, protect your inner spirit, make sure that your inner demon inside the event, attack you with my defense. I don't need flowers. Flowers, I got a pack full. Growing in your thoughts make you open up your pocketbook, collided to a philosophical, unstoppable. Believe in yourself. I'm the truth and they know it. Drawing from mine, I can't slack anymore. Found out who I was when I spent time alone. Found out who I am. Not who I was. Who I am now. Ooh. Her. So no, dang. I messed up several times, so I need to practice the song severely. So I apologize for the stutter stepping. I promise I'm gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna keep showing face. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. And I appreciate BWOMS for having me. And thank you for this opportunity. And I look forward to one day coming to El Paso and actually meet everybody that's in there and do my thing. So thank you.
Oh man, absolutely. Thank you too. And appreciate always the support that you already give online, not just including here, but on our stories on Instagram. Appreciate that. And you kind of did like a little bit of an acapella set, kind of, because the music didn't come through, but that's fine because we heard your lyrics. We heard the delivery, and I did link your YouTube channel so people can check out the songs and support them. But also follow on Instagram, not Nito. All right, we're gonna get back into some poetry, and we're gonna come back to the EPTX where we got Mr. Monday Night, Kit Ren up on the stage. So Kit, when you're ready, go and take it away, yo.
What's up, Richie? How you doing? It's a fun night. Very cool. Yes, love and light to all the people of Los Angeles who embody the spirit of the world and the spirit of democracy and all of that cool shit and are doing the thing. Well, as Emma Goldman said, if your revolution doesn't have dancing, I'm not interested. So I love seeing the little clips of them like line dancing in the middle of all this. And I want to remind everyone that we've been through this before, and we made a pretty good job of it. And then we stopped fighting. So, our bad. But this is a poem from 5 years ago in a similar time. This was published in Life in the Time, the anthology that BorderSenses published about 2020, 2021, in that interesting moment in human history. It's called Message Sent 2:37:39 a.m. Message Seen 2:37:41 a.m. A sudden dark thought propels me to send a message to a friend saying, I just want to make sure nobody spirited you off the streets of Portland into an unmarked van. And when she replies quickly, I'm able to pretend it is a dark joke and not a mental image that I have had and can't shake even as we continue to talk. She also kids on the square. She says she is too asthmatic to risk exposure to tear gas, no matter how close to her heart or her doorstep the conflict reaches. In this moment, I am briefly thankful for social media for taking all the panic out of my panicked missives, for turning my frightened whelps into nervous chuckles. We laugh at death to make him feel bad about himself, to make him move slower. We want to demotivate him, make him move with a more predictable gait. If we keep it up, we will make him resent his job and half-ass it. We will keep doing that even after it has been proven not to work, even after the tests come back and the low-grade fevers get closer and closer to my hermetic circle. Perhaps death has never actually been able to distinguish between mockery and encouragement, and reads all our words in the same flat tone. Perhaps I should not let my heart whisper furtive squirts of succor, but let it blast in steroid-aided pumps in arrhythmia loud enough to set off car alarms, to give all the people fighting urgent fights one secure moment, to disorganize the destroyers and acolytes of death for just long enough. I am not that powerful. I fear that I am not equal to this moment, but I know people who are. I trust them with my affirming light. They live in the mountains. They hang hammocks with each end on a saguaro. They walk all day in forests without getting lost. They know that I know them. They know that I need them. They too fight the silence and aim their heartbeats carefully. Yeah, it's heavy shit out there, but it's how it goes. It's what the world's like. Let's make it a little lighter. The robot that was supposed to do my laundry is painting instead. I feel no urge to be kind. It looks like shit. The robot is not discouraged at all by my berating him. Begrudgingly, I respect this. The robot has just downloaded the Impressionist expansion pack. His water lilies are uniformly blurred, regimentally dabbed, under a mismatching Van Gogh sky. I tell him, your mother was a condom machine, and bitterly continue to darn my Daffy Duck socks. He doesn't have the language for this, but the robot is afraid. His precision is informed by his fear. His fear guides his parameters. His parameters lead his calculations toward what the most people will look at and say, oh, well, that's nice. I keep telling him, art is not nice. Art is not what people love. Art is what people need. And by the time they figure it out, it's gone. The first time Spring Awakening was ever staged in America, the audience burned the theater down. Now it's a fucking musical. It was dangerous. And now through rehash, it's corny. You're corny. We're supposed to be dangerous. The robot, in response, whirs and clicks like a tape deck. He doesn't understand. But he tries anyway. Begrudgingly, I see a lesson in that. And 2 covers, one current events and one continuing our Pride content. But yeah, in times like these, which are all times, you think about it, I like to turn to the Revolutionary Letters by Diane DePrima. I actually think most of the beats are overrated, but Diane DePrima was the realest one. She was ready to die for this shit, and I love Diane DePrima so much. This is Revolutionary Letter number 8. Every time you pick the spot for a be-in, a demonstration, a march, a rally, you are choosing the ground for a potential battle. You are still calling these shots. Pick your terrain with that in mind. Remember the old gang rules. Stick to your neighborhood. Don't let them lure you to Central Park every time. I would hate to stumble bloody out of that park to find help. Central Park West or 5th Avenue, which would you choose? Go to Lovin's with incense, flowers, food, and a plastic bag with a damp cloth in it for tear gas. Wear no jewelry. Wear clothes you can move in easily. Wear no glasses, contact lenses. Earrings for pierced ears are especially hazardous. Try to be clear in front what you will do if it comes to trouble. If you're going to try to split, stay out of the center. Don't stampede or panic others. Don't waver between active and passive resistance. Know your limitations. Bear contempt neither for yourself nor any of your brothers. No one way works. It will take all of us shoving at the thing from all sides to bring it down. Hell yeah. That's what I say. So for Pride, I like to pick, a different queer poet to perform. This is one of my absolute favorite poems by Gabrielle Calvacaresi called Miss You. Would like to take a walk with you. Do not care if you just arrive in your skeleton. Would love to take a walk with you. Miss you. Would love to make you shrimp saganaki, like you used to make me when you were alive. Love to feed you, sit over steaming bowls of pilaf, little roasted tomatoes covered in pepper and nutmeg. Miss you. Would love to walk to the post office with you. Bring the ghost dog. We'll walk past the waterfall and you can tell me about the after. Wish you would come back for a while. Don't even need to bring your skin sack. I'll know you. I know you will know me, even though I'm bigger now. Prayer. I'll show you my garden. I'd like to hop in the leaf pile you raked, but if you want to jump in, I'll rake it for you. Miss you standing, looking out at the river with your rake in your hand. Miss you in your puffy blue jacket. They're hip now. I could bring you a new one. If only you'll come by. No, I told you it was okay to go. No, I told you it was okay to leave me. Why'd you believe me? You always believed me. Wish you would come back so we could talk about truth. Miss you. Wish you would walk through my door. Stare out from the mirror. Come through the pipes. Of course, things would be different if we had elected Governor Knife. That's all I got to say about that. But yes, be sure to carve out some time in your weekend to come to Tumblewords every Saturday at 1 in the afternoon. It's a come as you are kind of thing. Just from the comfort of Zoom. And David Latif will be hosting this Saturday. They have a great workshop planned for us, I believe called Just Write It Anyway, which is one of our central maxims at Tumblewords. The 21st, we'll have Shocky G drop in from Pittsburgh. Their workshop will be called Erasing History. And then June 28th, we close out with B. Seeley, wonderful performer, playwright, and visual artist. And that last one is the key one because they're going to be talking about how narratives work in comics and make us think along a different line. Little interdisciplinary fun at Tumblewords. We only ask that you be brave. Just come here every Saturday at 1 o'clock Mountain. Yeah, so I think that's all I have. So we will throw it back to Richie, our fearless leader, as we head into the night.
Got it. You threw it back and I caught it. Okay, so yeah, fun thing is B showed up on Friday at Giovanni Bronson's and sketched some of the performers. So that was a cool thing. Even went out with us and sang karaoke too. So that's gonna be fun. Shout out to Tumblewords. Go follow on Facebook and be kept up to date with all the good stuff going on. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and go to New Orleans where we have Sam Hardy up next on the mic. So Sam, glad you made it with us again. When you are ready, go ahead and take it away. Let me make sure you're here actually.
Yep, still here.
Oh, okay, cool. So go ahead and take it away when you're ready.
All right, Richie, thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So happy Pride, everyone. I always say, oh, I don't write Pride poems. I'm always a lesbian. I mean, all my love poems are to women, but I actually did end up writing about 3 poems this past week that had to do with Pride. So I'll read those. First one I wrote a couple of years ago, and of course it's to a woman because it's a love poem. And it's called Sinking. I miss you. I'm dying the slow death, drowning in a sea of people I don't know, never wanted to know, because there's only ever been you. You who sings to my soul, calling me back, yet never quite wanting me. I struggle through the crowd to find you, knowing full well you don't want to be found, at least not by me. I feel my determination waning away, my mind pulled under by unknown voices, my body sucked into an unfamiliar crowd. I close my eyes, imagining your hand as a lifeboat pulling me to you. But you're not here, not really. And I sink slowly into a loud yet voiceless crowd. And in the three I wrote just this past week, I think it's the first time I've ever written them out loud, so they're kind of rough and they're not edited yet. So first one is called The Kiss. Since she kissed me, the world hasn't looked the same. Flowers are more fragrant, colors more bright. All the world just feels right. I've had an extra skip in my step since she kissed me. I smile like a fool. I walk like a song. I feel happier all day long. It was glorious when our lips met, something I'd never felt again since she kissed me. I can still smell her perfume. I hope to see her again soon. Time moves so much slower, away from her presence now. I want to see her worse than ever since she kissed me, but I don't know how. Nothing has ever moved me this much. Her smile, her voice, all sent from heaven to me. Now I live my life joyfully since she kissed me. This was a short one. It's called It's Not Rocket Science. It's not rocket science. I'm gay. I knew when I was 7. It's when all the poetry started to flow. I'd write about all the little girls I know. The one with the blue dress, the one with the freckles, the one with the brown hair. I'd write stories of our adventure, of how we'd walk in the park holding hands. I love the feel of her touch. I pretend she was the girl and I was the boy. My imagination was always my favorite toy. She moved away years ago and I moved on. but it really only took the one kiss to know I'm gay. But I think I knew that all along. This one doesn't have a name, but I'm not sure that anybody but maybe Sue is going to understand this poem. So we'll see. Leaping Lesbians was always my favorite Pride Month song. We'd drink beer on the patio and everyone would sing along. Ronnie Gilbert sang about the girl in the red velvet dress while we dreamed up the perfect mate on the perfect date. Being a lesbian hasn't always been easy, especially if you ain't got a tribe. But when you see someone new, someone pretty and kind, there's nothing like the vibe you feel inside. People might mock you and call you a lesbo, but they have no idea. How could they know? How drowning in her eyes feels, how she touches your soul. So have pride and hold your head high. You're a lesbian, do or die. There's no halfway of doing it, don't even try. Men may hate you or they'll want to cure you, date rape you, but they don't stand a chance. You'll be the one with the girl on your arm at the dance. I never leapt or met a girl in a red velvet dress, but I've had beers on a balcony, kisses on a Turkish ferry. Being a lesbian really is the best. That's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam. That was everything. Thanks for sharing those pieces with us. And if you have any links or anything you want to share in the chat, we will forward that. Again, shout out to everyone who's hanging out with us on YouTube. Love having you guys here and with us on a Monday night. We're here every Monday, so if you ever feel you want to sign up and share your own, all you need is Zoom, and that's it. All right, so we are going to keep this thing going, and we got some new shit up next. She's gonna share. We got Melody Gomez back in the show with us. So Melody, always great having you. When you're ready, go ahead and take it away. Hey.
Hi guys. Um, a lot of I have four, but they're short. And I like them because they're silly. And I don't write a lot of silly stuff, but it's like a litmus test to see how much hope I have left and our capacity to step in and make changes. And so I'm gonna run with it because I need that, and I think everybody does right now too. Thrift store. Many horses line the water after having had nothing but house whiskey or soda. And water seems so plain and so gross that it's hard to convince a palate that what we really need is right in front of you. Oh, no, you. I'm not drinking that shit. Have you read the reports on water quality, lead, mercury, Colgate? I ain't one of them horses that you put a nickel in to ride, my friend. It's going to take more than that to fool me thrice. That's right. You drink that whiskey, my friend. Nobody controls you. Get in there real deep like. Thanks, therapy. Well, this self-esteem is new. Is the second. My too muchness, it's in your head. My mind is hyper-focused on my own pursuits, flanked by family, forward, onward. But now that you have forced my attention, fuck you. The next one is almost, no, it's not verbatim, I'm lying. It's similar to a conversation that I had. So it's called Swifty or Why Dating Boys is Yucky. I mean, I'm human, I make mistakes. Conversations with boy, lifelong commitment, capital B, not dating, nice guy like nails on my chalkboard, not defiling not only a voice, but your mouth is on my microphone during karaoke. And I just thought we were getting along. You seemed happy and I wasn't looking for anyone else. I'm hurt. I need time. Wine from water, John Smith. Take all the time, colonizer. Take my home hostage from outside. You pillaging bandit. Make yourself useful and take the trash out while you're going through it, okay? Calling victim, make sure it echoes off the other side of the door. Because where's the limit? What won't you do to get your way? Laying offerings, sacrificing your own pride, gross prostration, not attractive. Asking a loyal worshiper of me, when if everything you do is to get me to see you, who is mirroring me, that's something I already do. Your gift's but a chance. You don't have enough credit. I always wish I'd seen it soon. And I guess that means I'm a nice girl too. When I disrespect my gut, my diosa, fountains of pleasure, when my choices are delicious, because I should know when she's not purring, and I'm not responsible for anybody else's lives but my own. Now, the next one is older, but I forgot about it and I really liked it, so I exhumed it. The title is ridiculous and I love it. If all that is left of an interaction of a dyadic exchange is a mirage of a rain puddle illuminated by the full moon's rejected beams and nobody saw it, heard it, or felt it, then who was right and who was wrong? The poem is starting. That was just the title. Them. One would argue that we're the norm, consensus, and you're playing God. But we're paying the price. We're always paying the price. No, from vast sky to womb, I gave my children fighter spirits, and now they fight even me. I've prepared them for conflict they'll never see because I love them. But they don't know that, and now they see danger everywhere because I love them. And the world doesn't make sense because they don't see the things that I've taught them to keep an eye for damn near as often as I did, if at all. And all I was trying for was a love that was the same on a regular Thursday as it was on an anniversary or a day of commercial penance. Silly me. I didn't stop to think about whose. A daily dose, a microdose if you really know me, of intimacy. Inside my body now, like I've always tried to handle the itch inside. I loved, rationed from a dry well, corporeal penance of the one before. I'm giving the souls born from mine a lover's heart, thrumming abundant, limitless affection, overflowing from open, elevated doors in the same way we freely hand out our hate. To counter the despair and desperation of my world once was, so it ends with me. My dog got really excited, so she started barking for me also. So I used to do a lot of, I used to be involved in a lot of advocacy work. And it's just getting harder and on my body. And so I really, really love seeing people gather the way that they do. And I have to take a step back sometimes and think, well, what are my contributions to this? What are my little habits that I do that aren't aligning with what I'm preaching? And so right now, sometimes that's my only contribution. So this one here is for you, for all you fighters. I know that the price of convenience is my health and my happiness, because luxuries are dirt cheap, consequences, blank checks cashed, pending charges. Freedom costs everything that I hold dear, and I don't have enough experience to know what it even looks like to rob Peter to pay karma. All I know for sure is that existence feels like free falling. When I'm older and everything hurts, every day will bring the end of something, a little death, an orgasm, one of the reasons I cry all through Christmas is the decorations. There's no time for fucking decorations, only preparations for war, grasshoppers, winter, right next door. And someone has to be, right? Right? But can I just rest? Is there someone who will watch while I just close my eyes for a second? And at this point, it doesn't matter what you do to my body. My mind's the only thing free. And it's exhausting because nobody knows that but me. From behind the bars of their personal prisons, I look captivated. And isn't that all that matters? I don't know anymore. Revolt or rest, battery charged by the river of tea, and not much else anymore. Hope is so hard to come by sometimes. And why isn't anyone doing anything? Why aren't you standing up? And you and you and me? And can we all just agree that all of this is too much? The humanity well of hope so low, even the basin is desiccated heels, thick-skinned ravine, so cracked it would take a Disney Pixar parent losing miracle flash flood to bring it back to life. Life and loss, and there is no end to this shit. But there is. We're all sick of this shit. Shit happens, it's happening. And you see it in the drills of school children throughout the ages, the wails of the hungry. But you get to choose what you do with that knowledge. You get to choose if you fight your demons in the deep, thirsty arroyos, because the battles will never be anywhere convenient. And what are you going to do about it, loser? Life taunts. You don't get to choose the current, but you do get to choose how to write it. Sadistic bastard. I don't know, this is too much pressure. Yet I persist. Because a family wrought with pride will swallow itself, and I don't believe we're born evil. Evidenced by what I've seen so many do in dark desperation. And I argue that we only have that what we have been equipped. So we teach, whether we like it or not. And the only people who have a vote are the ones who can be the conduit. Learn not only from the loudest or the wisest, but also the softest and curiousest. So gather the voices of the youngest, the working voices, the voiceless, the immobile, the ones with hands held out, the tired ones holding a stable hand held low and ready. And that's it, you're doing it. It's time to apologize to yourself and let your defenses rest. This choir of change is slow and many to give each time to ready. And once you get that peace is something we bring to our own table, the world's a little bit easier to swallow. Pieces cut from possibility, not one size fits all. Because whose piece is the template and who chokes? And now we don't know because we chew with our mouth closed. And do we believe in freedom and choice? Because like wealth, few have all of both and most have neither. Thank you.
Oh wow, Melody, thank you so much for those pieces. Oh God, I feel it to the heart. I feel them all. Appreciate you. If you have anything you want to share, promote, link it up, and we will share it as well to our everyone online. Um, yes. Hey, yeah, thank you so much. Mm, taking that all in. Mm, yeah, thank you, Melody. We are going to, we got a couple more peeps. I'm looking for some pieces to read as well, but we are gonna go ahead and move the show a little north of here, a little bit northeast. We got Washington, D.C., where we've got the homie, Mr. Ed Poetastic ready, who wished me a happy belated birthday, even though you wished me a birthday on on my birthday, so it's not belated, you wished me. But without further ado, it's time for Ed Poetastic. When you're ready, take it away, Ed.
Sure, remember like no other word like thunder, and happy belated birthday again. All right, my name is Ed Potas, Hall of Fame Fantastic. Please tell me to draw my rhyme file for Sublime. I got 13 jokes and 4 poems dealing with Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. But the first joke is, how do you know if a vampire is unwell?
Oh, sounds important. How do you know?
Because he'll be coughing.
Oh.
Where do pirates get their hooks?
Where do pirates get their hooks? I've always wondered.
Second-hand shops. Why did the bicycle collapse?
Why?
It was too tired.
Oh, yeah, that can happen.
What kind of music do bubbles hate?
That's a strong sentiment. What kind of music do bubbles hate?
Pop.
That's very close-minded of them.
Why did the hairdresser win the race?
Oh. Well, why did the hairdresser win the race? Was it a question of strategy?
He knew a shortcut.
Well, he cheated.
How did the picture end up in prison?
How did the picture end up in prison?
It was framed.
Justice for the picture.
What do solicitors wear to work?
I don't know. What do solicitors wear to work?
Lawsuits.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah.
Why did the bullet lose his job?
Why did the bullet lose its job?
It got fired. Why can't a toe be 12 inches long?
Put a terrible image in my head. Why can't the toe be 12 inches long?
Then it'll be a foot.
Oh dear.
Want to hear a joke about a roof?
Why don't you tell me a joke about a roof?
Well, the first one's on the house. What does a house wear?
What does a house wear?
A dress.
Oh, because that's what you call the numbers. Yeah.
You get it. What did one wall say to the other?
What did one wall say to the other?
I'll meet you at the corner. Why do French people eat snails?
Oh, because they're vile.
Yeah. And also, the French people don't like fast food.
I'll share my thoughts for the after part.
Why shouldn't you trust atoms?
Why shouldn't you trust atoms?
Because they make up everything.
Oh, that's true.
And I got one more. How was Rome split in two?
How was Rome split in two?
With a pair of Caesars.
You're the man, Ed.
And you're the man too, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for a wonderful co-host that we love the most, that deserves a toast, that never boasts. Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope everyone loved those jokes because I know I did. I love jokes. All right. My first short poem is called Man Up, and this is by Becky Harmsley. Man up, man up, man up, they say. Cause real, sorry about that. I'm sorry, a little small. Sorry about that. Man up, man up, man up, they say. Cause real men never cry. They're uncomfortable with feelings. No, just tell them that they're fine. Swallow down your sorrow, for it's hard for them to hear. Yes, I know it tastes like poison, but they cannot bear your tears. But you cannot swallow sorrow. See, it catches in the throat, and it blocks up all the airwaves, because there's nowhere it can go. So then they're left with silence, and they'll say they never knew that you were choking, but in secret, some of them are choking too. Yet they're afraid to say so, and too scared to ask for help, in case they'll they are told they are not real men like everybody else. Man up, man up, man up, they say. But silence can be loud, and if they're not careful, it might scream, man down, man down, man down. Thank you. And the other one is called Don't Quit. And this is by author unknown. Oh, if everyone wants, I'll give it to them. Don't quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, we have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't quit. Life is strange with twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a fellow turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up through the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to be a fair and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. He learned too late when night came down how does he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when your hardest hit is when things seem worse that you mustn't quit. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. The other one is called Geographied Regret. All right, the shadow knocks. I'm covered in blocks. The ghosts are my nightmares while I sleep with grizzly bears. I'm being rained down by daggers as my psyche starts to stagger. They dance in my mind, my worries aren't behind. Oh, the tireless pain, suffocating in the rain, drenched in inner regrets of times I couldn't forget. My body's sinking depression, my heart's having a recession. The piranha nibbling at me, I'm crying to be set free. There's going past my lips while the trauma quickly grips. I'm going deeper and deeper. How can I waltz with the reaper? Their sauna keeps me awake, and my frigid skull starts to ache. I'm suffering with my crimson eyes. I pray they could go down in size. Playing it back again and again. Yet the inner torment won't end. I try. Yet the images won't die. If I could do it over, I would. I would if I thought I should. I can remove these chains which are squeezing my brain, the pain drilling in my bones. My heart turns to stone. The experience is complete hell. They're ringing louder than any bell. I have something to say. You're not frozen in clay. It's okay. We all have it. It doesn't have to stick. We aren't easily perfect. Please stop being sick. Don't tell her to torment. We all have the scent. Regrets aren't our anchors. We are not bound in chambers. Please don't be a prisoner going under. Please don't fuel your greedy hunter. Live and learn, then give in return. You can rest. You don't have to burn. Thank you. And the last one is called Maniac. Sorry, hold on. Let me see. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, I can't find it, but I got a little short piece to say the least. This is called The Vile Beast. Depression haunts us, nibbling away till we bust. The beast sleeps in our cave, making us slaves towards our graves. The beast quickens its pace to maul our warming grace. We can't let that beast win. Your negativity needs to end. Kill the beast with positivity. This isn't an eternal travesty. Make it choke on your love. Let it drown from the love above. The beast is living in your mind. Why not roundhouse kick it in the behind? It's living absolutely rent free. Don't let it gulp down your glee. Remember, there is light in the darkness. Don't dwell in your curse, then the bliss. Happiness is found in every day like this. Please cherish the bright sun's lavender radiant kiss. Thank you. Sorry about that. Couldn't find Maniac, but maybe next time with extra rhymes.
All right. As always, man, thank you, Ed. Where can people find you online?
Well, you can find me online while coming to this wonderful open mic that makes our Monday night in such a delight in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right. But if you want to follow me, please feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman and my IG is 8492. And I'm sorry about that if it sounds a little different. Someone hacked my account, but everything's back in order. But anyway, if the mic is right, I'll be there to share my fantastic insight. If you send me a question, you take guess. The answer is yes. Hope everyone stays safe, healthy, and blessed. Now start spewing the warning words outside our chest. Now start doing and feeling and being your best. And never forget that you're more important than you ever know. Don't stop your glow and never stop your flow. If you don't know, now you know. I love this show.
All right. Thank you, Ed.
You're
Love you,
welcome.
man.
Love you too.
What a journey of a set, from the comedy to the poems to even the outro, you took us places, man. Um, what else? Oh, hey, I want to give a shout out to Josh Marin, who's also watching live. What's up, Josh? If you guys are looking to hire live music, live entertainment, please hit him up. You can find him on Instagram at Gunnerfrog. Check out some of the music on Spotify. In fact, I'll find the link. Yeah, so just want to give a quick shout out to Josh there. Okay, so looking at the list, we have 20 more people left. Just kidding. It's Dan. Where's Dan? Dan, are you here? Where are you? All right. So, as is tradition, we've been doing this show since April of 2020, and this is one guy who's been here for every single one of them. Even if he showed up late, he would try and make it. Even if he was on the road, he would try and make it. So, without further ado, it is time for Mr. Dan the Man. Dan, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Okay. Yeah. Yesterday was National Best Friends Day. Well, even though there is no pretend, because I intend to follow that day. Well, what can we say? It was National Best Friends Day. So, now to a bend. Always to comprehend. Yeah. And even though
Once was 9, then was 16, then was 19. No, 18. Sorry. Now we've seen it all. Hopefully, there was no light to take the fall. Excuse me. Yeah. So happy Best Friends Day. Okay. Oh, and let me see if give me a second. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Notes. Okay. I'm gonna read something. Okay. There it is. Dearest Katie, uh, today is the day, uh, on this day of your 32nd birthday, nothing gray but colorful moments shined your bright, beautiful day with real flowers and bouquet and blooms every day. Where the blue jay is fly by but not away, I pray we are better than okay, and all is Groot. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. Let's have a wonderful Groot birthday and 32 at Bay. On this day, the day after National BFFs Day, I say to you, happy birthday. Regards, Dan the Man. P.S. Hope all is Groot. Yeah, that was a card I wrote for uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, that was a card I wrote for Katie. Today's her birthday, so happy birthday, Caitlin Dubo. Groot, that's the character from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Doesn't belong to Star Wars. Okay, guys. Okay, follow me on. All right, just follow me on Instagram. Get my latest episodes on YouTube. Hashtag DanTheMans Weekly. Okay, guys, with all the might and if fight for the light. All right, Richie, let's go ahead and call it a night.
Thinking about it. So really, thank you, Dan, by the way. Happy birthday to Caitlin. Katie. Okay. Um, if you're downtown tomorrow, come check out our open mic. Sign up starts at 8 p.m. Show starts at 9 p.m. That is our Mona Bar one. I'm gonna try reading a poem really quick. And this is from my buddy Jose Olivares. He is a poet out of Chicago, a Chicano poet out of Chicago. And this is from his book called Promises of Gold, which is it's bilingual. So the first half it's in English, and then the whole other half is translated in Spanish, Promesas de Oro. So it's kind of cool to read it that way. But this is the opening poem called Tradition. The stories say Mexicans grew out of the dirt, same as corn stalks. Of course, we weren't Mexicans back then. Whatever we wore was lost. No, not lost. Submerged under empire. Dyed by blood and gunpowder. Believe what you want. Maybe we grew out of dirt. Maybe agave is our sibling. Maybe mountains our mother. The oldest tradition I know is watching my dad bet money on Mexican boxers, no matter the odds. I don't know about y'all, but I'm the child of loss and the inheritor of losing. I'm not complaining though. I know the tradition. I bet everything I have on my people and dare the universe to beat us. All right, I'll end with those words, guys. As always, we're here online, not every Tuesday, but every Monday, but you can watch the replay on Tuesday mornings because that's always available. As soon as these shows are over, all throughout the week, come through. So if you can't check it out live with us on Monday, which we totally encourage. It's really nice to have a live audience. Again, shout out to everyone who hung out with us all night. If you did not have a chance to be hanging with us in the live chat, then please leave a comment. You know, if you're watching this later on in the week, if you're just watching this, as Robin likes to say sometimes to everyone in the future, that's us saying it now, but it's your present whenever you're watching this. You know what I'm saying? So leave a comment. Who did you like? What'd you hear? You know? But with the open mic, we will catch you guys next Monday here online. Hopefully you can catch us in person show. And again, you can follow us on social media if you've not had a chance to do so. I'm Deadwell Reveries on Instagram. We'll see you guys next week for the live stream. I'm out.